Thanks for tuning in. Joey Moss over here. We're going to talk about Jumpstart spoilers. And wow, do we have a lot to talk about. Over 30 rare and mythic cards. I'm also going to be including prices of these cards as well. Obviously, the ones that were just printed, there's no, or new, not reprints, we're not going to have prices for. But all the reprints, we do have prices for. The very first printing of the card, I got included that price, and then another price, in another set for the same card. It is based on TCG market value. This one, only one copy of Selvala, Heart of the Wilds. Only one printing, I should say. $33 Conspiracy Take the Crown. It is the market value price. So you can find this for cheaper in lesser condition. Usually the market value is really like in mint condition what you could find it for. But you can find it, within 15% up or down. It could fluctuate, for the price. But just a heads up on all that. So this one, wow, man, talk about a powerhouse. Expect prices to drop. This is all based on today when these cards were spoiled. So $33 Conspiracy Take the Ground. You can probably bet that's going to drop to like around $20, maybe 22, 23, somewhere around there. There will be price drops on these, but as of today, this is where the price was at. And it goes to show you how bad some of these reprints were needed. Very, very powerful card. Glad it got the reprint. Another one, Galta Primal Hunger. Just did a deck on this yesterday in Historic. And speaking of Historic, these cards, the majority, I'd say like 95% of these cards that you see in these Jumpstart spoilers are going to make their way onto Arena. So another reason, to definitely check out Magic the Gathering Arena and Historic, because all these cards are going to become legal in Historic. Galta's already there, of course, but some of these cards are not. Soul of the Harvest is one example that's not there. Big old 6-drop Elemental. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. So this was printed. You could pick it up for about $1 in the welcome text. Avacyn Restored, $1.18. You will notice quite a lot of reprints from Avacyn Restored, which the whole sealed box, people that collect sealed product, that's awesome. But man, sometimes you got to be a little nervous with that stuff. I think now more so than ever when it comes to Magic the Gathering, because they are printing a lot of cards. Commander, as many, 4 times a year, or is it 3-4 times a year, they're going to have a new Commander set come out or something like that. That's insane, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of reprints that go into those Commander decks, as well as new cards. But when they reprint stuff, man, and they are reprinting heavily lately, which I'm okay with. But as far as being a sealed collector, box collector, you really got to be a little nervous, unless it's on the reserve list, like, you got an old box of Legends or something, or some old packs, maybe Alpha, Beta, of course, that's always going to fetch a high price point. But if it's not on the reserve list, and the majority of the cards in that set are not on the reserve list, be very, very careful with how you proceed, collecting boxes nowadays. I don't think it used to always be like that. This was originally printed as a common. But, lately, wow, something to be a little concerned about, I seen the box price of Avacyn Restored, don't quote me on this, but it was like $275 or $280, maybe more than that even. This was a few days ago, maybe around $290, $300. And I'm like, wow, that jumped quick, But then if you notice all these cards, you're going to see a lot of Avacyn Restored reprints on there. The price, you can expect Avacyn Restored boxes to drop now. Not too much, but a decent 20-30% drop, I'd imagine. Here's another cool one. Remember, dogs. Dog Tribal, Cat Tribal is going to be a pretty big thing in Arena. And this getting the reprint is pretty legit. Originally, Kamkigawa. All right, I definitely misspelled that there. But yeah, this one getting a reprint's cool because a lot of dogs. It's a 1-drop for 2/2. It's a 2/2 for 1. That's really cool. Not too many cards are a 1-drop with no downside that have 2/2 power and toughness. So there you have it. Pretty cool. It's a legendary though, so there you have it. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Here's a new one. Ormos Archive Keeper, 6-drop. Get a little bit of art. This is one Sphinx. The artwork doesn't look too bad. I always just think Sphinx are weird. You got this like human face on this bird body, you know, with some other maybe horse-like legs. You know, it's just sphinxes are so weird. I think they're kind of ugly. I mean, that's just me. I don't know, but this one's pretty cool. 6-drop 5/5 for 3. Discard 3 cards with different names. Draw 5 cards. It's a legendary. If you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, instead put 5 +1/+1 counters on Ormos Archive Keeper. I guess it's one way to close it out, huh? Then we have Phyrexian Tower, another reprint. Yeah, a lot of reprints in this set. I'm going to stop saying that. You can see it's a reprint if I have the prices over here, but 1653. First time Phyrexian Tower is ever printed. 1653 from Urza Saga. Not too shabby. This card, I think, almost jumped to $20 recently, but you can expect it to come back down. Over time, though, these cards will, again, go back up, you know, to where they're at right here, $16, $17. But a lot of reprints, man. Yikes. You kids, it's not safe to be a collector. Anyway, we have fun. Hot dogs. Cool card. Definitely cool to see a reprint. Which of the Moors? Here's a brand spanking new one. If it doesn't have any price, it's a new card, obviously. 5-drop Death Touch Human Warlock. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature, and you return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hands. A 4/4. Many hands for many evils. Oh, that's dirty. Then we got Thragtusk over here, big old 5-drop. 91 cents from Magic 2019. And it's a Commander, 56 cents. There are many other printings of some of these cards. Thragtusk, for example, is one that was printed, not into oblivion, but probably like at least 10 times or so. So, I mean, I didn't include all the prices for every single one. I picked out the first time it was printed, and then one other one at random, just throw a price up there. But this is a powerhouse of a card, especially with all the bounce stuff you can do in Standard. During, not during Standard, but during its Standard, it was a powerhouse. It's going to be a powerhouse now that it's coming to Arena, is what I wanted to say. And with the battlefield, you gain 5 life. That can definitely slow down your aggro decks, especially if you got something like Thassa and you just bounce this card every turn. When it leaves the battlefield, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Now when it dies, just when it leaves the battlefield. So you're getting 5 life and you're getting a 3/3 beast creature token down. That's pretty good. You're definitely going to slow down aggro decks for sure. Just think the first time it comes into play, if you have Thassa on the field, that one turn, if it's not, you know, messed with, nothing interrupts it, you're gaining 10 life. Because it heads to the battlefield, boom, there's 5 from this one. Thassa bounces it, another 5 life, and then a 3/3 green beast creature token on the field. Just one turn. That's pretty dirty, man. Powerhouse. Ravenous Baloth, good old 4-drop. First appeared in Onslaught. Wow, forever ago. Sacrifice a beast, you gain 4 life. That's right, it's a 4/4. Pretty cool. Glad to see another print of it, I guess. There's a lot of them already. Momentous Fall. That's right. 4-drop. As additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. You draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power. Then you gain life equal to its toughness. Momentous Fall, neat card. Rise of Eldrazi, first appearance, and I think it's quite a few reprints, maybe like 2 or 3 if I'm not mistaken. Pretty legit. Scourge of Neltoth. Okay, 7-drop. Good old Commander. First printed in a Commander set. It's a zombie dragon. Pretty legit. Is this the first zombie dragon? No, it can't be the first zombie dragon we ever saw. Not from Commander 2015. I'm sure there's other zombos out there that are drags, but pretty neat. You may cast Scourge of Telemoth from your graveyard by paying 2 and sacrificing 2 creatures rather than paying its mana cost. It's not too bad, you know. Get some, your skeleton that comes back or whatever the case may be. Fun little card. Rise of the Dark Realms. Powerhouse. That's right. This thing has just been climbing over the past year. It really has. Sees a lot of Commander play. A lot of these cards are really, Commander centric. It's a good addition that they have these cards coming onto Arena because of Brawl. So yeah, cool to see this one reprinted, Rise of the Dark Realms. Absolutely a good time. Let's see what else we got. Liliana's Reaver, I made a deck with this back in Modern. It's a lot of fun. 4-drop Death Touch. Whenever Liliana's Reaver deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card. And you create a tap 2/2 black zombie creature token. Nice little value on this one. Too bad them lightning bolts just boom, right at him for 1. What are you going to do? But it's a pretty cool card. Cool reprint on this one from Commander 2014 and Magic 2014. There wasn't a whole lot of reprints for this guy. I think that might have been it. There wasn't too many. Maybe one other. Ghoul Caller Gissa, 5-drop. Always liked this artwork. One of my faves. $19.80 from Commander 2014. That's the only time it was ever printed. That was the first time it was printed. Now it's getting its reprint. For one black mana, tap it, sacrifice another creature, create X 2/2 black zombie. Creature tokens where X is a sacrificed creature's power. That's why it's a good card. The ability on that thing is nice. Plus, it can protect itself a little bit with that 4 toughness. Not bad. Then we have Grim Lavamancer. This one saw quite a few reprints. It's a 1-drop human wizard. Wizards are going to be a thing for sure. There's also some uncommons I really didn't go over, and common cards. There was so many cards I couldn't do them all in this one. But a lot of wizards are going to be in this set for sure. First printed in Torment, 527. That's really if you have like a mint condition card of this. Torment came out in the early 2000s. So, you know, finding a card from that time, you know, in really good condition, it seldom happens, you know. So when you do have them, the prices are a little more expensive on it. That's why you see a higher price here in $1.26 for Magic 2012. Neat card though, cool reprint. Magma Quake. This one's been printed a lot as well. Deals X damage to each creature without flying and each planeswalker. Not too bad, not too bad. Then we got Volcanic Fallout and Magma Jet, both uncommon cards. Spell can't be countered. Gotta love that. Anytime a card says spell can't be countered. Oh, blue. How I hate thee. No, blue some. I actually played a control deck the other day. I know. It was nutty. I know. Towering Titan. Here's a new reprint. 6-drop giant. Here's a new card, not a reprint. Towering Titan enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the total toughness of other creatures you control. Sacrifice a creature with Defender. All creatures gain trample until end of turn. So this thing definitely relies on you having creatures on the field. And yeah, the total toughness of other creature control. That thing is going to get massive. Just give it some trample. Oh, look. All you got to do is sacrifice a creature with Defender. And there you have it. Yeah, that could get huge. Even like one Galta on there, where X is the total toughness of other creatures. That's all. And it's counters. It's not even like it gets +X. It's just X counters go onto it. Wow. That's good. That's a big boy, you know. I like the effect with the trample right there. Fun card. I wonder the price is going to be on this one. I want to probably like $2-3 at first, but that's pretty sweet, man. You do got to run stuff with Defender though. Yeah. Assault Formation printed a few times. Dragons of Tarkir. Big old iconic masters as well. 78 cents. Assault Formation Deuce. Each creature control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. This one was printed a lot of times. I think you get some little perks on here. Fun little enchantment though. I can dig it. Then we have 2 more uncommons. There's not many uncommons in this. It's probably like the last ones. There might be in black. I think I had a couple too. Overgrown Battlement and the old Carvin over here. They're like, hey, there's some Defender. They both have Defender. What do you know? It's like they put that in there to help out the Giants. Mind is blown. I know. Things are crazy, guys, huh? That's pretty legit. Cool reprints. Both are reprints, by the way. Then we have Crater Hoof Behemoth. Wow. Avacyn Restored. First where this card appeared. $52.81. $55.62 in Masters 2017. This thing is a powerhouse, man. Elf decks like this. Haste when Crater Hoof Behemoth enters the battlefield. Creatures you control gain trample and get +X till end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. I think I even made it was a baller on a budget deck. I think I used just 1 copy of this or something, and I could like go dig it up, you know, and throw it on the battlefield. But that's when the card was like $12, like $10. It was really cheap back then. But yeah, the price has definitely gone up. You could expect, now don't quote me on this, but just guessing because I've seen how the market fluctuates and how it works when cards are reprinted, especially certain ones like this. This card's probably going to drop down to like $30, you know. Don't expect the price just to crash, but probably around $30, you know, when all is said and done. Awesome card. Allosaur Shepherd. Power. I remember when I first saw this card, I'm like, holy crap. Elf decks would love this as well, but man, wow. You want to run elves. 1-drop Elf Shaman. It's not a legendary. It can't be countered. Bravo. Green spells you control can't be countered. Bravo. For 6, until end of turn, each elf creature you control has base power and toughness 5/5 and becomes a dinosaur in addition to its other types. That is like busted. I mean, just for a 1-drop. I mean, when you're running elves, you're running a lot of ramps. So you're going to be able to get this thing going. No problem. This thing is sweet, man. You don't even need to pump up your other elves. This thing does it for you, you know. Maybe if some +1/+1 counteraction or something. I don't know. But this thing is pretty sweet. I'm definitely excited about this card. I think if it was a commander, I think if it was legendary, it might be too good. Maybe. Yeah, it would be too good. Because, because this would just shut down. If this was a commander, it'd be totally busted. Especially if you go up against a blue deck. Like, you just win. You know, basically. Scarecrow. Here's some cool art. Originally printed in Eventide at $15.18. I think that was the only, that was the only time it was ever printed, was Eventide. That was the first time and last, and then today. 3-drop artifact creature Scarecrow. For 1 sacrifice Scarecrow, draw a card and then return target artifact creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. I like that it goes from your graveyard to the battlefield. It doesn't go from your graveyard to your hand, so that's a really nice card. One of the more powerful Scarecrows in Magic. Veldekin Archmage. Only printed in Mirrodin, that's right. Big old 4-drop. Veldekin Wizard. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, draw a card. That's right. That is a lot of card advantage, especially if you got a bunch of dinky little 1- and 2-drop or 0-drop artifact cards. You know, man, there's going to be so much fun when it comes to historic. I'm telling you. Scholar of the Lost Trove. Here's another new one. 7-drop Sphinx in all of its prettiness. It's got flying, and then when Scholar of the Lost Trove enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant sorcery or artifact card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If an instant or sorcery spell cast this way would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile instead. I like that you actually have to exile it. You can't just keep replaying it and bouncing it and busting this card, you know. So that's pretty legit. Good card. I like it. Wizard's Retort and Talrand's Invocation both got reprints. Nothing too amazing here. Wizard's Retort's fun. Again, we're going to have a lot of wizards in this set for sure. Pretty cool. Next, we got Riptide Laboratory. $8.14 Onslaught. I remember when I first saw this card, I think it was like $2 or something, or $1.50. It was really cheap. And I'm like, oh, cool. I picked up 4 copies, and I flipped them really quick because I'm like, I'm just going to wait for a set that drops a bunch of wizards, you know, and then I'm just going to sell these. Good thing I got rid of them before, you know. It was only 4 cards. I think I sold them for $6 a piece back then, but it got the reprint, so this price is definitely going to drop in half for sure, if not more, because it's only based around wizards. But yeah, wizards are going to be powerful. Wizards of the Coast. There you have it, man. Talrand Sky Summoner, Merfolk Wizard. Surprise. This thing's been printed a lot, and recently too. I think it was in mystery boosters as well. It's just like they print this thing almost twice a year, it seems. Like it's got a lot of copies out there. Why they felt the need to do that again, I guess because it's the Merfolk and the Wizard. It's the Wizard basically side of things, and it's just a great card, you know. Fun build around and all that stuff for a lot of you know, sets. So I guess that's why. Lightning Phoenix. Here's a new one. Cool art on this. 3-drop Phoenix, flying in haste. But it can't block. Sorry, guys. I know. At the beginning of your end step, if an opponent was dealt 3 or more damage this turn, you may pay a 1 red. If you do, return Lightning Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. Cool. Are we going to see Lightning Bolt in Historic? I wonder. I don't see why not. I mean, maybe it's too powerful. Maybe they don't want Historic to be that powerful, because I know there are some cards they're not allowing. Like, I knew, like, when I heard they're going to bring 500 cards, or they're printing like 500 cards in this set, in Jumpstart, and they're going to bring them over to Arena. I remember hearing somewhere not all the cards are going to hit Arena, and there's reasons, because they're just too overpowering. One was like just Captain Obvious on it, and that was a Reanimate. For one, yeah, bring back a creature from the grave. Oh, okay, yeah, that one I knew did not have a chance whatsoever. But there's quite a few cards, maybe even another card on this. You will get to in a minute. I think it will make it though. It's a powerhouse as well. But yeah, not all these cards are going to make it. But like Gifted Aetherborn, I'm so glad this got printed in this set, because it's going to come to Arena. Love the card, built decks around it, Death Touch, Lifelink, what more you want, you know. I do hope they print that one artifact. There's a few of them though, where you tap a creature, it deals 1 damage to any target or whatever, or this creature, tap this creature, deals damage, or yeah, I think it's one damage to target, whatever. Because then you can equip that to this. to this card or any Death Touch card, you know. And when you hit, you're pinging. You can just basically, boo, Death Touch right onto someone's creature, you know, and just hit them for 1. I don't think we're going to see that card, though, but if we do, that'd be really cool. Plus, you gain 1 life, you know. It was a fun little deck. I think it's called Most Annoying Deck or something like that. You got to check it out. It's a really annoying deck. And Blood Bond Vampire. And, yeah, even Gifted Aetherborn was rising up in price there a little bit. Mystery Box and Aether Revolt. Blood Artist. There's 2 more uncommons. Avacyn Restored, $3.90. Again, more Avacyn Restored reprints. Blood Artist is always going to be a pricey card, though, if you ask me. Or at least a very heavily played card, because the ability is great. Whenever Blood Artist or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. You know, you got both sides there. You know, your gain and drain is pretty legit. Eternal Master is $4.20. Then you got Sengir Vampire, which is, I think this card's been around like for a long time, if I'm not mistaken. For a very, very long time. And it's got a lot of reprints. It's probably like 15 cents. It's nothing crazy. Then we got Sangromancer, which also has been printed quite a few times. Vampire Shaman, flying. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 3 life. And then whenever an opponent discards a card, you gain 3 life. So very fun for those life gain and drain and vampire kind of builds. Legit. Drana, Liberator of Malachar. That's right. Only printed in Battle for Zendikar. That was it. But it's a powerhouse. When I first saw this card, I thought, like, wow, that should be a really good card. But then I used it, and it's not the most amazing card, but it's good. Flying and first strike whenever Drana deals combat damage to a player. Put a +1/+1 counter on each attacking creature control. So, yeah, you have to deal combat damage. But +1/+1 counter on each attacking creature, you think that's amazing. It just gets, every time I played with this card, it just got blown up right away. You know, I was using it in Modern just for, you know, messing around, not paying attention to the meta whatsoever, and yeah, this thing just got its butt kicked. But it is a fun card, but more so for like Commander and whatnot. But Historic, I can see it, you know, packing a little punch for sure. Exquisite Blood, wow, all the way up to $37.83. Unbelievable. I remember when this was $4. $4. I think I got a couple copies of it that I pulled out of packs and whatnot. But I remember when this thing was $4 and it jumped all the way to $37.83. It was begging for a reprint, and so were all of us. Expect this card to drop to like probably $10-15. It's gonna drop a lot. But this thing is known for infinite kind of combos. Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. So yeah, there are infinite loops with Exquisite Blood, which is really fun. I think I made a deck on Arena, or not on Arena, on what was it? I made a deck on MTGO. I think Exquisite Blood was in it. Just go infinite on someone. But in Modern, it's not the easiest thing to pull off. It's really not. This is more fun for like Commander and what have you. So yeah, Brawl will like this kind of stuff too. Then we have Verdant Embrace. It's a 5-drop, $2.97 back in time. Spiral Enchant creature gets +3/+3, and has at the beginning of each upkeep create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. Great for your Sapo decks. There you have it. Wow, that is it. I thought we had more to go. That is simply it. Thank you so much, guys and gals, for tuning in. Hit the like button. It does help out the channel a lot. And make sure you hit the notifications, the bell. If you already have it checked, go back and check it and make sure you receive all notifications. Because that way you will receive all notifications, because they did some weird change recently. But yeah, I'm just making sure I remind everyone. And check out the other videos. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Skadink, skadink, skadoosh yourself.